Tears cried, hands tied, blood stained, spiritual pain, souls cold, wailing for more, hard gripped, back whipped, souls of feet rushes further, deeper into the darkest forest rushes, popped open eyes wide for the future they continued in stride. All together, men and women with children, their own lives gave. And so on and on and on and on and on ran the one-way train. And I'm the result of that human cry. We are the reason that striving spirits must not die. For I realize we've moved on from a form of slavery, yet we experience it in another conformity. Still the race is pushing a world, justice, and equality. This side over here. Young ladies, y'all please stand for me. This side over here to my right. Please stand for me. I ain't the bishop, I ain't the leader, but please take a stand. And if you would, please, ladies, you're just making me so uncomfortable. If you walk on this side for me, please move now. And after this ain't no decision, please start moving and walking if you would. To the back. Please clear that area for me. Because I'm uncomfortable sitting all on the side. I can't see you, just makes me nervous. I don't know I don't know if it's a designated area, but you just need to move.
Amen.
Y'all got a problem? Young folks over there looking like they got an eye problem. Did I do something to you? Do something. What you gonna do? You don't like it? What you gonna do? Better not say damn word. You ain't got nothing to say. Don't you, in fact, stand up. All y'all young folks, stand up. You got good fucking legs, hands, and feet. Stand up. Don't be disrespectful. I said stand up whether you want to, if you like it, if you don't. All y'all stand up from ages 6 months to 3. 13 and up. My Lord. But what section this must be? Lord have mercy. This second row here. The second row. I want all y'all to stand. But before you do, stand. Oh, we only said one time. I said stand. There's a problem. You can't stand on command, but your feet tied. You don't feel like it. You on the end, lady there. Looking all cute and you look real healthy to me. I see you got a stick there, but you can use that stick instead. I didn't ask for no help. I don't know who that is, but you wasn't asked to move out your spot. You need to just go back to where you were staying. Could you please kindly take it? No, she can do it. Deacons, y'all sit down. I don't want damn deacon walking over here trying to be helpful, because that ain't what we ask. These are the voices that were spoken for the civil rights movement. These are the voices that Dr. Martin Luther King stood for. He didn't stand for one, he stood for all. He stood so that women can have rights. He stood so that we can do what we will or might. He stood so that you can get an education. He stood that you can sit on the front of the bus and not the back. So when he stood and he spoke, and Rosa wouldn't stand, but she sat, it was for these rights.
All right.
We were uncomfortable. We were treated indignified. These are our dignitaries. If you will, you can be seated on the second row only out of honor and respect. You as well. Rest of y'all keep standing.
Thank you.
Because we were uncomfortable. Our dignitaries were not respected. The voices of our men were silenced. And if you were a child, it did not matter. That is the reason we celebrate I Have a Dream. Year after year after year after year. It's not because it's just something that we do, but it's because people on every level is still realizing the dream through Martin Luther King's speech. And this might be a surprise to some. Everybody that benefited don't all look like you and me. But the white woman benefited because she wouldn't be in Congress in Washington had it been the same rules. The white woman benefited because she is now equal to her husband. The black woman always had a voice. We always say we think, or we would, or we should, or we could, because we knew the voice of the Lord. He led us, He guided us, He kept us, He strengthened us. We were courageous through the Spirit and the voice of the Lord. But these rights and these freedoms came not for just one, but for all. And there was one woman who said it best. She said it about 12 years before Martin Luther King's speech. And don't y'all forget it, children. Don't y'all forget these voices, lest we deny our history. We are not just of slavery, and slavery wasn't a weakness to our spirit, but we are survivors. We are strong because Martin spoke, because Rosa sat, and because Sojourner Truth spoke in 1951, and because 1851, and because the slaves ran and they denied and they cried and they died. We are here. Have a seat, children. Have a seat, children. Missionaries, if you would, because we have so much respect for you and you are the dignitaries in our church now and today, we will ask you, and I respectfully ask you, to please return to your section if you so desire. And if you do not, that's your right. Now, Sojourner Truth said in 1851, and I'm going to end with this because it speaks to the inequalities, justices that we continue to fight for, and the rights, because of Martin Luther King, we now have. She said, well, children, there is so much racket out here, there must be something out of kilter. I think that's twisted Negroes of the South and the women of the North. All them talking about rights. And white men gonna be in a fix pretty soon. Well, what's all this talk about anyhow? Yeah. You see that man over there? That man, not Deacon Hankerson, that man says that women need to be held into carriages and lifted over puddles and ditches, and to have the best place everywhere, where nobody ever helps me into any carriages or over puddles or gives me any best place. And ain't I a woman? Look at me. Look at my arm. I have plowed and planted and gathered into barns, and no man can head me. And ain't I a woman? I could work as much and eat as much as a man when I could get it, and I can bear the lash, that's the whip, just as well. And ain't I a woman? Now I've borne 13 children, and sing most all so to slavery. And when I cried out with my mother's grief, ain't none heard me, not a one, but Jesus.
Glory to God.
They talk about all this other stuff, this thing in the head. What's this they call it? They call it the intelligence, the intellect. That's it. Thank you, honey. Intellect. Now, what's that got to do with any rights? What's that got to do with women's rights or Negroes' rights? Now, if my cup won't hold but a pint, and yours hold a quart, wouldn't you be mean not to let me have my little measure full?
Glory, glory.
And that little man in the black over there, he says women cannot have as much rights as men because Christ wasn't a woman. Where did your Christ come from? Sir, from God and the woman. And man had nothing to do with them. Now, if the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down all alone, and these women all in here together ought to be able to turn it back side up and right side up again. And now they's asking to do it. And now I say, men, better let them. Obliged to you for hearing me. Now, old Sojourner Truth ain't got nothing more to say. Soon it will be done with the trouble.
All right.
Trouble of the world.